What's up, Broncos country? Picture this. The training field in Englewood is heating up, the mile-high sun is blazing, and suddenly, a bombshell rocks the Denver Broncos family. Hot rumors are swirling that Riley Moss, our third-round cornerback, might be packing his bags. Is it true? Is our already feared secondary about to lose a key piece? Buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the buzz that's got the fan base holding their breath. Who wants Moss? And what does this mean for our future? Stick with us, and let's break it down. Broncos country, it's time to lay the cards on the table. Riley Moss, the cornerback we drafted out of Iowa in 2023, is at the center of a storm of trade rumors. The guy had a strong debut season in 2024, starting off hot with 3 high-graded coverage games in the first 5 weeks. He's proven he's got the potential to be a beast in our secondary. 86 tackles, 8 passes defended, 1 interception, and even a forced and recovered fumble. He's no joke. But despite those numbers, his name is popping up in trade talks. Why? Simple. Our defense is stacked with talent, and someone might get squeezed out. The Denver Broncos have one of the best secondaries in the NFL, and that's not just fan talk, that's fact. With Pat Surtain, too, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, locking down CB1, and rookie Jahdae Barron, fresh off a Jim Thorpe Award win, entering the mix, competition is tighter than a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Add Jaquan McMillian, a slot monster, plus names like Chris Abrams-Draine and Reese Taylor shining in camp, and the question becomes, where does Moss fit in? According to rumors, Barron's first-round selection in the 2025 draft may have shaken up the depth chart. Barron is versatile. He can play slot, outside, even safety. If he grabs the CB2 role opposite Surtain or takes over the slot, someone's losing snaps. Analysts think that someone could be Moss. Not because he's underperforming, far from it, but because the market's watching. A 25-year-old starting CB with solid numbers? That's gold for any team needing help in the secondary. Now, Broncos family, let's think like Sean Payton and GM George Paton. Our roster is loaded with defensive talent, a good problem to have, but with the 53-man cut deadline, August 26, coming up, tough decisions are on the way. Moss, entering year 3 of his rookie contract, still has high trade value. Moving him now could bring back a valuable draft pick or fill a need elsewhere, maybe on offense or along the defensive line, especially with Zach Allen and Jonathan Franklin Myers potentially leaving in 2026, if not extended. Also, Payton's philosophy is clear. He wants every snap to count. If Moss isn't starting, keeping him as a luxury backup might not be the best use of resources. Vance Joseph's defense is already a machine, with Surtain leading, Barron adding versatility, and new additions like Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw bringing even more depth. So does it make sense to keep Moss for depth, or is it smarter to cash in and plan for the future? Now let's talk about the 5 rumored teams in line for Moss. Let's break down how he'd fit with each one. 1 Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have one of the most explosive offenses in the league with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry leading the charge. But their secondary needs help. Keaton Mitchell has upside but isn't consistent yet. And with Henry aging, they're looking for more depth on D to contain aerial attacks. Moss, with his coverage skills and tackling ability, could be a perfect fit. But Broncos country, would we really let him go to an AFC rival? What do y'all think? 2. Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are rebuilding under Jim Harbaugh. Justin Herbert needs a defense that can hold the line, and their secondary could use a guy like Moss, a proven starter who can take hits and make plays. With Najee Harris possibly gone in 2026, their future run game is uncertain. Moss could bring stability while they reshape the roster. But can you picture Moss lining up against us in the AFC West? That would sting. 3 New Orleans Saints. The Saints are trying to avoid a full rebuild after parting ways with Dennis Allen. Kamara's still their offensive engine, but the defense needs consistency. Moss could be a cheap, effective addition to a shaky secondary, bringing youth and experience. But let's be real. Is Moss more Superdome or Mile High for life? 4. Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are always hunting for defensive playmakers under Mike McCarthy. With Trevin Diggs at CB1, Moss could easily slide into CB2 or compete for slot reps. Dallas is investing in offense with Dak Prescott, but they need depth on D to push through the playoffs. Think Moss would shine with a star on his helmet, or is he orange and blue through and through? 5. Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are in rebuild mode and their secondary is in dire need of help. Moss would make an instant impact, bringing versatility and starting experience to a young team hungry for talent. But seriously, can you see our Iowa kid balling out in Charlotte? Or does he belong right here in Broncos country? If Moss gets traded, the impact on our secondary might be minimal, at least in the short term. With Certain holding it down, Barron bringing versatility, and McMillian locking down the slot, Vance Joseph's defense will still be a wall. But depth would definitely take a hit. Injuries happen. Just look at Talanoa Hufanga's story. And losing a guy like Moss, who's already proven he can start, is risky. On the other hand, if the trade brings us a high draft pick or a player that boosts our offense, it could be a genius move by Payton to balance the roster. And there's more. Moss is heading into his 3rd year, and he's still on a cheap rookie deal. Trading him now maximizes return value since he still has 2 years of control before hitting free agency. But, Broncos country, let's be real. Do you think we should hold on to Moss to keep our defense at the top, or is it time to take a risk and bring in something new for the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Here's why Moss is turning heads. Check out his 2024 numbers. 86 tackles. The guy's a tackling machine. 8 passes defended. He knows how to disrupt receivers. 1 INT and 1 forced Josh recovered fumble. Game-changing moments. 56. 0 PFF coverage grade. Not elite, but solid for a first-year starter. Compared to Certain, Moss was targeted 41 more times, but still held a 65% completion rate, just slightly above Pat's 61%. That shows Moss isn't just another backup. He can handle the pressure of being CB2 next to the league's best. So tell me, fam, does Moss deserve to stay in Denver, or is it time to let him fly? Looking ahead, the decision on Moss could shape the direction of the Broncos in 2025. Our defense is already one of the best in the NFL, and with additions like Hufanga, Greenlaw, and Barron, we're building a unit that can terrorize QBs like Mahomes and Herbert. But the offense still needs work. Bo Nix is developing, Cortland Sutton is WR1, and Evan Engram brought new life to the passing game. The run game is in transition with R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins leading the way. A trade involving Moss could bring in a top receiver or an O-lineman to protect Nix and open lanes for Harvey. On the flip side, keeping Moss ensures our secondary stays elite. In a competitive AFC West, every snap counts. Is it worth risking losing a proven player just to roll the dice on offense? So, Broncos country, what's the move? Keep the defense intact or gamble to upgrade the offense. I want to hear from you in the comments. Hey, Broncos country! If you're following these trade rumors like we are, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. It's quick, it's free, and you won't miss a single play, update, or emotional moment with the Denver Broncos family. Click that button, join the squad, and let's show the world that Mile High is where the heart of the NFL beats strongest. Look, fam, I'll be honest, I'm a Riley Moss fan. The guy's got heart, talent, and he proved in 2024 that he can be a cornerstone on our defense. But Sean Payton is a strategist, and if he believes a trade can take the Broncos to the next level, I trust him. Still, it hurts to imagine Moss wearing another jersey, right? Personally, I think we should keep him, unless the offer is just too good to pass up. What about you? Would you trade Moss for a second-round pick or a top-tier wide receiver, or is he untouchable? So, what would you do, Broncos country? Would you trade Riley Moss to strengthen the offense or keep him to make sure our defense stays the most feared in the NFL? Drop your opinion in the comments because your voice is what keeps this channel alive. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share this with your fellow orange and blue-blooded fans, and I'll see you in the next video with more hot updates straight from Mile High. Go Broncos!